Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty amazing. Um, have you ever imagined taking just a single image and like turning it into a full-blown video? Not just
Mhm.
like a slideshow or anything, but a real video with movement, camera work,
Mhm.
even character animations.
Yeah, it's wild.
Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today. This new AI tool called Hailuo AI Minimax.
Mm.
Specifically, it's image to video feature. Now, you might have heard of text to video AI, where you type in some words and the AI whips up a video for you.
Right.
But this is different. With Hailuo AI Minimax, you actually start with an image. That image is the foundation of your video.
It's really cool. Like you're kind of taking on the role of a director. You've got all these tools at your disposal.
So before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's break down how it works. First things first, you got to upload a high-res image.
Yeah, you need good quality for
We're talking up to 20 megabytes, so there's no need to skimp on the resolution. But here's where it gets really interesting. You write a prompt.
The prompt is key.
Think of it like a set of instructions for the AI. But it's not just what you want to see in the video, it's also about how you want the camera to move.
Exactly. Like, do you want to slow zoom in on something or a dramatic pan across the scene?
Oh, that's so cool. You're essentially the cinematographer. So
Exactly.
you've got your image, you've written your prompt, and then Hailuo AI Minimax takes all that info,
Mhm.
and it generates a video sequence.
And the results can be pretty stunning, especially for those like simple cinematic shots.
Give us an example.
All right. Imagine you have an image of a vast landscape. With Minimax, you
Yeah.
can create a smooth panning shot that just reveals the grandeur of the scene.
Wow.
Or let's say you want to focus on a subject's face. You could create a slow, deliberate zoom to really highlight their emotions.
Yeah, that's like having a professional cinematographer right there in the software.
Exactly. But just like any tool, Minimax does have its strengths and its limitations.
So fill us in on those. Where does it stumble a bit?
Well, it's not quite ready to direct like the next Fast and Furious movie or anything.
So like those super action-packed scenes, those might be a bit too much for it.
Yeah, exactly. Think like a huge fight scene with a bunch of characters all moving around. Or a car chase, with all the quick cuts and crazy camera angles. Minimax is AI. It's still learning how to handle all of that complexity.
So it's not that it can't do it. It's just that it might take a bit more effort.
Yeah, you might need to really break down those complex actions, like in your prompt. Make it super clear what you want. And even then, you might have to regenerate the video a few times to get it looking just right.
Gotcha. So what about character animation? Can Minimax make characters like dance or do flips and stuff?
So that's another area where we see some limitations.
Okay.
Simple actions like walking or turning, those are usually pretty good.
Mhm.
But if you want your character to do a backflip or some intricate dance routine,
Right.
it can be a bit tricky. The AI might struggle to keep it looking smooth and realistic.
So for now, it's probably best to stick to those simpler actions and let Minimax really shine with the camera movements.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, this technology is always evolving.
That's true.
What's a limitation today could be a strength tomorrow.
Right. Speaking of strengths, let's talk about crafting those prompts
Yeah.
because that's where the real magic happens, right?
Absolutely. The prompt is like the blueprint for your video. Minimax is super talented, but it still needs clear instructions.
That's like Master Chef. They can make anything,
Oh,
but they still need a recipe.
exactly.
Yeah.
So with your prompts, be as specific as possible.
Oh, so it's not just about what you want in the scene. It's also about how you want it to look.
Exactly. How do you want the camera to move? What kind of atmosphere do you want to create?
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Let's say you've got an image of an astronaut standing on the moon, looking back at Earth. Your prompt could be something like, the astronaut stands on the desolate lunar landscape, their visor reflecting the distant blue Earth. The camera slowly orbits the astronaut, capturing their sense of awe and isolation. The silence is profound, only the faint hum of their life support system breaking the stillness. As the camera moves, we see the vastness of space with stars twinkling like diamonds on black velvet. The scene evokes a sense of wonder and the fragility of human life against the backdrop of the cosmos.
Oh, that's beautiful. I can practically feel the coldness of space and the loneliness of that
You
astronaut.
see, that's the power of a well-crafted prompt. You're not just describing the scene, you're transporting the AI and ultimately your audience into that experience.
That's incredible. Now, I'm sure some of our listeners are curious. How does Minimax compare to other AI video generators out there?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are definitely a lot of options these days.
Like, what are some of the big names?
Well, you've got Runway Gen 3, known for its high-quality output, but maybe not as much flexibility as Minimax. There's also Luma, which is super fast, but sometimes it misses the finer details.
Yeah.
And then there's Kling AI. It's great for those more abstract artistic videos,
Right.
but if you're going for photorealism, it might not be the best choice.
So where does Minimax fit in with all of these?
Well, I think Minimax strikes a really nice balance.
Okay.
It delivers high-quality results, it gives you a lot of control, and it's fantastic at creating those cinematic shots. The ones that really evoke emotion?
So if you're looking to bring a single image to life
Mm-hmm.
in a way that feels truly cinematic,
Mhm.
Minimax seems like a great option.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And, it's not just about the technology itself. It's about what we can do with it, the stories we can tell,
Exactly.
the worlds we can create,
It's this amazing fusion of technology and human creativity.
and the possibilities are endless.
And speaking of possibilities, before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. So think about an image that means something special to you. Maybe it's a photo of someone you love, or a place you've always wanted to visit, or even just like a doodle that sparks your imagination. Now imagine taking that image and bringing it to life with Minimax.
It's kind of mind-blowing, right?
What kind of story would you tell?
We always think of images as like these frozen moments,
Right.
but with AI like Minimax, we can unlock their potential, turn them into these dynamic stories.
It's like we're giving them a voice, letting them tell their own stories.
Exactly. And as this tech keeps getting better, those stories are going to become even more powerful.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, we encourage you to check out Hailuo AI Minimax. Play around with it, see what you can create. Who knows? Maybe you'll discover some incredible stories hidden within your own images.
Happy filmmaking, everyone.